I'm a little bit tired, you know. I wanna home.
You're going to rest now. There's already a tweet gone out from you saying, maybe I fight Usyk-Itauma as well. Is that true?
I don't know. Listen, I don't know because now I wanna think what next.
Right, that would, garner him, and get him the experience he needs to compete with a Usyk, right? But right now it's just not the time. I just think it's just too early, okay?
Looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I've got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo me because I've never been in that sort of fight.
I'm a little bit tired, you know. I want a home. You're going to rest now. There's already a tweet gone out from you saying, maybe I fight Moses as well. Is that true? I don't know. Listen, I don't know, because now I want to think what next. Right. That would, garner him, and get him the experience he need to compete with a Usyk. Right. But right now is just not the time. I just think it's just too early. Okay. Just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round, because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo, because I've never been in that sort of fight. Oleksandr Usyk shared his thoughts on Usyk-Itauma's bold call-out after his knockout win. Usyk admitted that the young heavyweight has talent, but stressed that he wants to take a break before considering his next move. He said he will carefully think about whether to face Itauma or choose another opponent. I am with him right now. He's speaking with Joseph Parker. This time, I want to rest. You want a holidayer. Congratulations, champ. You were absolutely incredible tonight. Did you enjoy that performance? Yeah, I'm very happy. Listen, I'm very happy. I trained hard. 3.5 months. I not look my family, my children. Now I'm a little bit tired, you know. I want a home. You're going to rest now. There's already a tweet gone out from you saying maybe I fight Moses as well. Is that true? I don't know. Listen, I don't know because now I want to think what next, who my next opponent, because now I have time and think about my career in the next fight. You're loved in Ukraine, but I really do think you are loved by us here as well, and it showed tonight. Thank you so much. I love UK people because it's a special fans, you know? And you know the final thing. People are now going to start talking about you as one of the greatest of all time. Does that mean something to you to be one of the very greatest fighters and heavyweights of all time? Thank you so much, bro. Cheers. Thank you very much. Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor tweeted, Whyte took a dive. You can't convince me that that kid can beat Usyk. His reaction sparked plenty of debate as fans questioned whether Usyk-Itauma's victory over Dillian Whyte was genuine dominance or not. Taylor's comment shows clear doubt about Itauma's ability to compete with elite champions like Oleksandr Usyk. In boxing, the idea of staging an event that brings together different generations always sparks interest. Turkey Alashik has set his eyes on a clash between Oleksandr Usyk and Usyk-Itauma, which he describes as the ultimate test between an old lion and a young lion. Usyk represents years of experience, refined skill, and championship pedigree, while Itauma embodies the hunger, strength, and ambition of youth. The storyline already excites fans because it raises the question of whether youthful energy can overwhelm wisdom and mastery inside the ring. Turkey Alashik is demanding the Moses versus Oleksandr Usyk fight. That's the fight that he would like to make happen, as you guys just read in the caption. And let me counterpunch. That sounds good. You know, I think that Turkey is looking for someone to beat Usyk. And Moses' name is just the next name up, especially in his own personal interests. It's not Joseph Park. I don't know what's the deal with Parker. I don't know why he doesn't like Parker. Parker to me is more like a Jon Snow because, he gets in battles and he gets scrapes and bleeds and abrasions and battle scars, but he ends up victorious at the end of the day, right? So that's what Joseph Parker reminds me of. But I think that it should be in order. It should be in order to fight. I don't think that a guy with 13 fights is or should be awarded that type of fight. Now, if the fight happened, it would be pretty good. Southpaw versus Southpaw, old lion versus, young lion. And I know Moses would jump on the opportunity of getting it. And he may get it. Depends on how bad does Turkey want it. Because if Turkey really wants this fight, if he really, really wanted that fight, he's going to offer enough money for Usyk to go in there. Because I think it's about Usyk, not Moses. You know what I mean? And also something else you have to factor in is it's not all about what Turkey wants. It's also, and it should be, about what the sanctioning bodies demand. Usyk-Itauma has not shied away from confidence, saying that his skill set is superior to Usyk's. This statement has stirred heavy debate, as Usyk is widely regarded as one of the most complete fighters of his era. Known for his movement, sharp combinations, and ability to adjust to any opponent, Itauma, at only 20 years old, believes his blend of speed, power, and composure can surpass even a champion like Usyk. While some dismiss his claim as overconfidence, others see it as a sign of a fearless new generation unafraid to challenge legends. You must have a view of what level you're at now. If you want my honest opinion, I think if my skill set, if you're talking about my ring IQ and what I display in the ring, I feel like I am the best in the world. But I haven't displayed the later rounds. That's all I kind of want to get ticked off. So my next opponent or opponents this year, we're just looking at fights to kind of get me into that later round. Because I feel like with Usyk, I feel like I got a better skill set than him, but I feel like towards the later rounds, he'll just outdo because I've never been in that sort of fight. Many boxing analysts have expressed their reservations about pushing Usyk-Itauma straight into a fight with Oleksandr Usyk. The main argument they present is that Usyk is a master of the sport who has faced all types of styles and opponents. He has proven himself against some of the best heavyweights in the world and possesses a level of ring intelligence that cannot be underestimated. In contrast, Moses is still at the very beginning of his professional journey. Usyk-Itauma can fight and beat the likes of Alexander Usyk, which everybody, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, is stating that he would love to make a fight with Usyk and Moses-Itauma. That's the fight to be made. Me personally, I think it's too early in his career. At 20 years old, Usyk knows all the tricks of the trade. Usyk is very athletic, okay? He's a southpaw, he's slick, he knows how to buy time, he knows how to control distance and range, he has an extremely high ring IQ. I think that's a step too far for Moses-Itauma right now, right? But this is what Turkey want to see. And obviously, Moses has a puncher's chance, okay? He has a puncher's chance to land a big punch on Alexander Usyk, he's bigger than him. Usyk is 6'3" with a 78-inch arm reach, so Moses is bigger than him, right? And he obviously has a puncher's chance. Analysts highlight that Moses' most notable victory came against Dillian Whyte, who at the time of their fight was considered an inactive fighter and far from his prime. While it was an impressive performance, they argue that one win against a declining veteran does not justify immediately throwing him into the ring with a generational talent like Usyk. They believe it would be more beneficial for Moses to test himself against fighters closer to his own age and level of experience, such as Joseph Parker or other active contenders, before taking the ultimate leap. Alexander Usyk, he's bigger than him, Usyk is 6'3" with a 78-inch arm reach, so Moses is bigger than him, right? And he obviously has a puncher's chance, but with that said, I just think that, that's a step too far. There's other names that I could see Moses-Itauma fighting, fight the likes of a Joseph Parker, right? Big Jen, okay? There's names out there that he can fight, right? That would, garner him, and get him the experience he needs to compete with a Usyk, right? But right now it's just not the time. I just think it's just too early, okay? I think that, we need to allow this young man to grow, right? And then, we talk about Usyk. The problem is Usyk is 39, 40 years of age. Trainer Ben Davison has taken a slightly different perspective, seeing the potential fight as a unique opportunity for both men. According to Davison, the fact that Usyk has never shared the ring with Moses and vice versa makes the matchup a particularly intriguing one. He points out that while Usyk is undeniably experienced, he has not yet encountered a young heavyweight with Moses' particular mix of speed, power, and fearlessness. From Davidson's point of view, such a fight would not only test Moses' mettle, but could also surprise Usyk. Every fighter has to face something new at some point in their career, and Moses could be the unexpected challenge that forces Usyk into uncomfortable territory. I'm sure you would have seen that Ring Magazine have put out a tweet tonight or an Instagram post saying that they've been informed that Turkey wants to see Usyk and Moses next. What do you think about that? Let's see. He's just had a big fight. I think, is he ready for that? In your opinion, just your opinion, was he ready for?